court in Italy has handed down life sentences to 24 people involved in Operation Condor. It was a US-led offensive back in the 1970s that was aimed then at toppling regimes in 6 South American countries. The case was initially opened 20 years ago by families of the victims.
Kidnappings, torture, tens of thousands killed, including through being thrown out of flying planes, the death flights. With a cruel dose of irony, the operation was also given the aerial name, Condor. For over a decade, the dictatorships of 6 Latin American states were cleansing their left-leaning opposition through repression and state terror. Now their victims have some closure, but only some. The executors of Operation Condor couldn't have excelled the way they did without help.
We have followed events in Argentina closely. We wish the new government well. We wish it will succeed. We will do what we can to help it succeed. We're aware you are in a difficult period. It is a curious time when political, criminal and terrorist activities tend to merge without any clear separation. We understand you must establish authority.
In hindsight, establish authority they did, by all means, quite literally. All 6 nations became staunch allies of the US, for which the political purges in Latin America became a convenient way to scorch communist idea from its backyard. Augusto Pinochet, now a household name, almost synonymous with tyranny, enjoyed financial support from Washington, at least through his chief of intelligence. Some declassified documents referred to Operation Condor as a legitimate counter-terrorism action. Moreover, Henry Kissinger, then Secretary of State, was briefed on the murder operations of Operation Condor in August 1976. The operation would last until 1989. And for all those years, the CIA chose not to step in to prevent the brutal violence. In fact, the US kept its finger on the pulse of Operation Condor, aiding at times with strategic planning.
Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, Paraguay and Uruguay make up the net. They keep in touch with one another through a US communications installation in the Panama Canal Zone, which covers all of Latin America. Obviously, this is the Condor network, which all of us have heard about over the last few years.
The CIA did such a great job ensuring control of Latin America through Operation Condor that in 1977, just 2 years into its official phase, Europe took notes.
Representatives of West German, French and British intelligence services had visited the Condor organisation's secretariat in Buenos Aires during the month of September 1977 in order to discuss methods for establishment of an anti-subversion organisation similar to Condor, due to their view that the terrorist subversive threat had reached such dangerous levels in Europe.
Kissinger was well aware. The CIA knew all about this. State Department knew all about this. And in fact, the United States helped facilitate communications between the 6 countries that were involved in this. People are getting some small measure of justice, but it's much too late. Many of the perpetrators have already died. You have to realize this was a vast operation, thousands and thousands of people involved, 7 governments involved at least. You have to also remember that you have the intelligence services of Britain, France, and West Germany also collaborating with these governments in South America. So this was a global operation to silence critics, silence reformers. This was a horrendous period in history.